Yo, what's up people? It's Reese, aka EVPRO, and today I'm going to help you take better photos. Composition. Some of you may know what it means, some of you may not. Basically, to summarize, it's the way you frame your subject in your photo. Now, some of you may not realize, but this actually determines how good your photo can look. This really can change a photo from being a okay to a oh wow, this is decent. Composition is so important because this is where you're directing the audience's attention to the subject within your image. Now this may be where it's slightly off to the left or slightly off to the right. If you're trying to highlight a certain subject within the depth of field, everything comes into play, and that's why it's so important. And a lot of the times you don't even notice it, it's all in the subconscious, but you sort of do. That's why some photos you look at and they really grab your attention, and some photos you just think are a bit meh. Now, composition is quite an in-depth subject, and I'm not going to go fully into it, but I'm just going to brief you on a couple of the rules. The first tip I'm going to give you for better composition is imagine the rule of thirds. Basically, what this does is it splits your image up into 3 sections. You've got your left, your middle, and your right. Now, with this, you only place your subject within one area of that field. Now, this would mean you might have it slightly off to the left, and then you say have the background behind it, which it wouldn't be in focus. Or if you're taking a portrait of someone, you may put them in just that center frame. Now, parts of their body can sort of overlap into little bits, but the main core part of the subject you want to keep in just one area of the third. My second tip would be look for lines. Look for lines in the background, pavement edges, curb edges, windows, doors on building. And basically what you want to try and do is line them up so they're in line in your shot. Now what I mean by this is so that they're horizontally, they're not wonky, they're not leaning out slightly. All stuff like this is going to make your image look generally better. I see so many people all the time with their photos that are slightly off wonky, or basically they've tried to take it straight and it's just gone sort of sideways. Now the best way, as I say, to keep hold of it is keep a lookout for the lines. Now you can actually on your phone camera get a grid layout to overlay. It's in your settings, you haven't got to download or buy anything, but what this will help you do is line the lines up in the background or even the foreground of your image with the grid lines on your phone. This will mean that everything is symmetrical, everything's balanced, nothing's going to be slightly tipped off to one side, and this will help improve your photos massively. And my third and final tip is to look around, look at your surroundings. As I said before, the pavements, the roads, and also try different levels. You don't have to be necessarily front on, perhaps move your camera lower, go lower to the ground, or perhaps go higher. All these different sort of shots can change the dynamic of an image. So if you've got someone running along and you take it at eye height, that's going to have a very different effect to if you take it, say 6 inches off the ground. It's going to make such a difference to the dynamic of the photo because you're lower to the ground. You've then got the surface rolling out into the background. All these little things, really do add effect to it. So one thing I'd just say is get out there and just practice, even with your phone. All you need to do is just go up and down, try different shots. Add the grid to your phone. That will make such a difference, I promise. It will just naturally help you learn how to frame stuff up. Lots of people maybe take photos just for Snapchat and Instagram, but if you're taking it with, say, a group of you, just make sure it's centered. I see so many people where it's off center or there's just a gap here. Like, it doesn't need to fill the frame and just fit everything in. Literally just doing these couple of little tips will make your photos just look so much better. And as I say, this isn't for a photographer, this is literally for anyone. Anyone can use this. It works if you're a photographer or even just someone who likes to take photos on the night out. Remember the 3 tips: rule of thirds, look for lines, and look in your surrounding area. So don't forget, guys, to add all my socials. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.